back from the stadium that hosted Super Bowl 51 back in 2017. We are inside NRG Stadium in Houston. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Denver Broncos and the Houston Texans. Fielded in the end zone. And he is out of bounds here on the return. Time with Phillip Lindsay. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 14. Play fake. Prescott under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack. Javon Hargrave, the D tackle, getting the sack. And now the Texans are going to stop it as they signal for a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. And I don't think this is the script they had in mind for their opening drive. This is 3rd and long. Prescott off play action. His own 6-yard line. The sack by Harold Landry, the former Boston College Eagle.
We've watched this a long time, and I still don't believe we get it. 3rd and long. Why are you calling play action?
Yeah, because they're not going to bite defensively, right?
No, not at all. I did have a coach explain to me years ago that for some teams, that's how they have to do it. Pass protection and their line blocking. But to me, it seems silly.
Yeah, well, they're silly, and it leads to a play action sack. Faking the give. Now Watson. Well, he's going to take a shot right away. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by David Ward. And he will bring it out past the 20-yard line. They're trying to resurrect his confidence. Last week was a disaster. 5 interceptions in that loss, and another pick there.
I played with a quarterback like this before, and he had a tough game, and the head coach said, I'll take him, I'll fix him. The very next game, he started out the exact same way. The head coach turned to the offense coordinator and said, he's yours from now on. Someone has to take responsibility and work with him and try and get him settled.
They'll start on the ground with Lindsay. And not too much going there as he'll get it up to the 23-yard line. Give the tackle there to Keon Crossan.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big time?
And he can't escape, and down he goes. Harold Landry able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. And that is the 3rd sack this offensive line has allowed this first quarter.
Man, that puts him on pace. Let me do the rudimentary math here. To be sacked 12 times in a game, I know he's not going to go for that. I wonder if it's going to reshape what they decide to do on offense in terms of play calling.
Well, I can tell you what, when he popped up, shaking his head, frustrated right now behind center. He'll let this go deep for Sutton. He's got a man, complete. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. Boy, a nice play there as they wind up converting on 3rd and 15. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. Now Prescott. He completes this to Sutton. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. To throw is Prescott. He's going to let this go for the end zone. And that will be
Absolutely no disguise on that one. They just went for it. Put him out there and said, go deep. Let's try and hit him. Unfortunately, to no avail.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. They'll throw again. Prescott. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. That one going for a gain of 11 and a Bronco first down.
It is fun to watch the big man work the middle of the field. How about that post route there? Did an excellent job of getting his head around to look the football in and gain significant yardage.
And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
At the Texans' 33-yard line.
Flush to his right, and now he's going to use his legs. Good coverage downfield led to him taking off, picking up the first down on a 13-yard run.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
From the red zone now, Prescott firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. A gain of 6 there on first.
2nd and 4 at the 14-yard line.
On 2nd down, a run with Lindsey. And he'll get about 3 just outside the 10, stopped at the 11. That's some good tackling there to keep him short of that yellow line.
Yeah, defensively, all I'm thinking is that on that play, get me to 3rd down. Get me into a position where I can make one more play and get my defense off the field.
They'll try and run forward with Lindsey. And he will have the first down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. The first drive this unit had, they punted. This drive, much more polished, just looking crisper, aren't they, moving the ball?
Maybe the first drive was a little bit of a wake-up call. Probably a little bit angry that they had to punt the ball away the first time they had it. Got motivated, got to the sideline, said, okay, let's not let that happen here as we take over again. Well, he strung it out as far as he could, and I like the fact that he kept his eyes downfield, but he finally ran out of time and room. But I'll take that over forcing it downfield and possibly having it intercepted.
On 2nd down now, it's Lindsey, and he'll take this from the 9 down to about the 7.
Partner, I know we're in a goal-to-go situation, but my goodness, think about running the ball here. Not even a thought, is it?
Defensively, they're in a prime spot.
And I think the defensive guys are probably expressing themselves to them as well. I wouldn't run it here, guys. You might want to try throwing it.
His pass caught at the 4. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4.
And the big guy catches the ball out of the backfield, and oftentimes it's quite a surprise to the guys playing defense because not ordinarily thought as a pass catcher, it often works when they decide to dial it up.
That will go down as a 15-play drive, and it results in 3 points. So some disappointment?
It's funny. We had our conference before the game with the offensive coordinator. And what did he tell us? I just want every drive to end in a kick, right? An extra point, a punt, or a field goal. Well, in this case, I think it is a little bit of a disappointment because it did end in a kick, but that type of a drive should end in the end zone.
Texans take over 1st and 10 at their own 17-yard line.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, only gave up 3 points off of that, so it shouldn't be a difficult hole to overcome.
It really shouldn't, as long as they're not listening to the chatter coming from the other side, because when you throw a pick, look, I know defensive backs, they have a tendency to be a little bit loud after they take one away, but they also have a tendency to gamble a little bit more, thinking they'll get a second one. Maybe they can take advantage of that with some double moves.
Now they'll employ the jumbo set now on 2nd and 1. Watson off play action. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. They'll fake the handoff. Now Watson. He's going to loft this one deep left sideline. And it's going to be too high, out of bounds and incomplete.
Love the idea, love the concept, but you got to leave a little room on the sideline so he can fade into it when he makes the catch. That was thrown too close to it for the receiver to make a play.
Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10. Off of play action, it's Watson. Rolling to his right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. Oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted. Thrown back across his body. Picked off at the 14. And he's able to get it back to right around the 27.
Okay, it's real simple to say from here, but we know that sometimes as a quarterback, you've got to know when to say when and just throw it away. Flushed out to the right, tries to make something out of nothing here, and he winds up floating one downfield that gets intercepted.
And not a whole lot doing there as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. Foyesade Oluwakan made the tackle there from his safety position.
1-yard gain brings up 2nd and 9.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Prescott to throw this time. He'll find Lindsey here.
Prescott
not able to get a single yard there, and it'll bring up 3rd down.
Usually the offense has an answer to anything a defense throws at them, including a safety valve, and that's what they did on that play. They went there, but the defense still made an excellent play and held them to no gain.
And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down.
And that's one of those plays where it's hard to keep 2 eyes on the football when you know the contact's coming, let alone getting 2 hands around it, hugging it to your body, and absorbing the hit, even for those big tight ends who you would think could absorb that contact.
And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Dancing to his left. Now he'll let it go. That's caught inside the 20. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. Give him 30 yards there. For an offense that has not found the end zone yet, that's a big play.
There's the spark right there. The big play that they needed. Now they've got to go ahead and finish this drive and put this ball in the end zone.
On 1st down, James. Now, somehow he was able to sidestep that first tackler, but still hit and taken down behind the line.
This defense has really flown around in the first half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense got to come up with something else in order to try and get this running game going.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That'll wind up as a loss on the play, so now they're staring at a 3rd down and 12.
3rd and 12.
Here's Watson. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up 4th down.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. I have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
So they do get 3 points, but that's now 3 drives with only the 3 points, not a ratio that's going to win you many ball games.
Not at all, Brandon, and think about it this way. We all know payoff is the key, right? And wouldn't we love to have the concession on every T-shirt that's been printed in football that says finish on it? Because that's the mantra everywhere. You've got to be able to finish drives, put points on the board.
Their own 25-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
Now a deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete. K.J. Hamler, the intended receiver, but now it's third down.
So much about defending the pass is being able to be right there at the moment the ball gets to the receiver, and he was right in his hip pocket, helping force that incompletion.
He's got a man. It's Sutton that's complete. And he will have a Broncos first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. Give him 14 yards there and a Denver first down. On play action, Prescott. He sets to fire deep. That's caught inside the 20. And all the way home for a Broncos score.
To number 9.
A big play there. His second touchdown on the season. And the Broncos have taken the lead. Extra point attempt here still to come. And the kick makes it through, but flags come flying in as well. It appears we're going to get a roughing call tacked on. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post, because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
At their own 25-yard line.
Watson will bring up the Texans here first and 10 at their 25-yard line. The drive starts with a carry by Dillon. Able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down for a nice little gain.
I remember a coaching friend of mine used to tell his running backs before games, make sure you run and jog with your offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking when those big behemoths start to create space for you up front. He did a pretty good job of just following those guys through there for a nice explosive run.
And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up third down.
As a wideout, when you take that handoff and you're coming around the edge, you're expecting to see nothing but empty space in front of you. But if not...
Well, things can go south in a hurry, and that's exactly what we saw on that play with a loss. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on third. Our score 10-3 with 2 minutes remaining in quarter number 2. A reminder coming up at halftime, we'll head to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL in this second week of the regular season. He punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. Here's Williams to return. Good blocking there, nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. And the Broncos take over, first down and 10. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive...
And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Ross Blacklock able to run him down for a loss of 12 that time.
It's second down.
They come up on second and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon. Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. It'll be a pickup of 15 as that'll lead to third down.
The beauty of route running is it doesn't matter what position, everyone's doing the same thing. In this case, tight end, selling the vertical route. Get the defensive back on his heels, break off for the corner, and with good timing, you get a completion as we just saw there.
On third down, it's Prescott. He's able to out-muscle him here as he pulls it in. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. From the 34 now, here's first and 10. They'll try the draw. Lindsey. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets them to 2nd and 4. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half. On 2nd down and 4, Prescott. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. Now the Broncos going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half. Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. From the shotgun, it's Prescott. Throw there going to be incomplete.
Normally you think the tight end's going to be able to catch the football and handle that contact, but in this case, maybe a little too much target to hit. That one was timed well. Incomplete.
And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle. And they will stretch their lead to 10 now at 13-3. Still a little bit of time left here in the second quarter, but they do get 3 before the half and expand that lead.
And they have to be happy about that. And we haven't met a team yet that doesn't put an emphasis on trying to get points on the board in the last 2 minutes of a half. They'll be real excited to have those up on the board. Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these teams, special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive. Almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like you had green on that one.
And he's going to be taken down, sacked back at the 2. Now the Broncos will use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. From the end zone, Watson being chased out left. And it's incomplete. Clock stops with 10 seconds left.
On the throwaway. Brings up 3rd down.
Facing the prospect of a punt from their own end zone, they need some cushion. Let's see what they can do on 3rd down. To throw from his end zone, Watson. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he gets it up to the 10-yard line here. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game. The Texans down on the scoreboard, but they do get the first crack here as we are back underway in the second half. Takes this about 5 yards deep. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped it to 23.
At their own 23-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They're in a 13-3 hole here now as they come up on 1st down. Quick hitter here, it's complete. No gain there on the completion, 2nd and 10.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or 2 miss, but that window closed quickly. Throwing again on 2nd down. Watson over the middle, complete. That's James. 4 yards on the pickup, and that's going to bring up a 3rd down.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. The linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
That's a 3rd down conversion of 24 yards there. Nice play.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
Dillon now on 1st and 10. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. It's rare that a man his size can at least push forward for a yard, but they stopped him there for nothing.
You're talking about tiny? You talking about the little guy back there? That monster. Yeah, you're exactly right. And it takes a group effort to get a guy like that down and not let him find some space. The first guy in, he's got to take one for the team, right? Because he's just waiting there and holding on for everyone else to help him out.
12 yards there and a 1st down. Back to throw, Watson. Got his man complete over the middle. That's James. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down.
At the 35-yard line.
Watson. There goes a deep ball. End zone. And it's caught. Touchdown, Texans. We know he can be explosive, and he's ultra-explosive there on the fly route.
And you know how many times we've talked to coaches and we've had to prove it back to us, well, you know something? When you execute really well, it doesn't matter if they know it's coming or not. But sometimes athleticism beats you as well. He just took off and went. And that's almost like one of your Turkey Bowl games, isn't it? Just go long,
Backyard.
man. I'll hit you. And it worked really well for them.
Fields it in the middle of the end zone.
The Broncos take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Pretty important 3rd quarter drive for them. Momentum has sort of shifted the other direction after that last touchdown as they nurse this small lead. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line.
He was brought down.
All told, it's an even 30 and a 1st down. And he's going to be hit and taken down. Back right around the 48-yard line.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Prescott. That's complete. Akuro Buna. And he's going to be taken down with another 1st down as the stop's made at the Texans' 34-yard line. 18 big yards on that one and a Denver 1st.
And the Broncos 1st down.
So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 34. Prescott from the gun. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete. Cortland Sutton was the man he was looking for. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
They've given up a few 1st downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
The pass there complete to Sutton. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets it down to the 30 there. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
Timing is everything, and they work on this cut all the time. They work on all the timing patterns, and this time it paid off for them. Worked him to the center of the field, cut it to the outside, ball's delivered, gets both feet down for the completion.
Blanketed coverage by Houston. Makes it 4th down.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
I don't think this will even nope. It doesn't even get there. Well short, and this score will stay right where it is. Well, close game, 2nd half. You obviously hate to leave 3 out on the field.
Especially in a game like this when you know points are hard to come by. That was one of their best opportunities so far, and they come away with nothing.
They'll start out here with a jet sweep. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39.
He's brought down.
Let's just make this one succinct. Nice job there. All 11 guys on defense diagnosing the jet sweep and putting it down.
From the 39, Watson. Buying time to his left. He's going to take off with it.
How about a tip of the cap to the defense? They're working against a very mobile quarterback, but all day long they've kept him under wraps. And on that play, they held him to a short gain.
Brings up 3rd and 7.
Throwing on 3rd down, Watson. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he'll go out of bounds. It appears right at the 45. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down. On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. This across the 20 before going out of bounds. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt, and out will come the offense as they take over. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And they've got to be a little bit frustrated about that last drive, missed field goal.
Always hurts a team because, you put something out there, you give yourself a chance, you're in range, and the ball doesn't go through the post. It's not something to panic about, I don't believe. Just keep playing and keep going.
So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10. Now Prescott. Comes back with one complete. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
That's the end of the 3rd quarter.
Back now here on EA Sports.
13.
It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the 4th quarter. Possession 2 yards away from midfield at the 48-yard line. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. Following the fumble recovery, Watson. And now Watson throws another interception. Picked off at the 40. And the return this time will go out to the 42-yard line. Wow, between last week and this week, that's now 8 interceptions. 5 a week ago, now 3 here.
Well, he is so lucky that one of the defensive coordinators I played for, a man named Ken Donahue, is not there right now. Because he saw that happen during his coaching career, and he grabbed a quarterback in the midst of a streak like this.
Oh, no, he lost the football. And the Texans scoop it.
Well, partner, here's where team football gets tested a little bit, because I know the defensive guys were over there chilling on the sidelines, and all of a sudden, they heard the sudden change call because that fumble puts them right back on the field, and they've got to go out and finish the game now themselves.
Absolutely. Nursing that slim lead here in the 4th, a costly turnover. A good pickup there on 1st as a screen pass gets them 8.
8 yards on the pickup, brings up 2nd and 2.
On 2nd down, Dillon. Only a yard on the pickup, so from a good situation on 2nd and 2, it's now 3rd and 1.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
The Texans on 3rd down, just 1 for 5 to this point. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. Out of the gun, Watson. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off near the 32. Past the 20. Gosh, you add up last week and this week now. That's 9 interceptions in this 2-game stretch, and we're not done here.
It's almost as if they can't even believe their eyes. Or maybe, partner, is the confidence level in him so high that they believe he'll get out of it and make plays for them to win a game.
Well, they've said they believe in him. That's being tested right here. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 4, and it brings up 2nd and goal.
Brings up 2nd and goal.
From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. They'll try to run with Lindsey. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. Philip Lindsey, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Broncos use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6.
Makes the score.
Point after, right down the middle. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This taken in about 4 yards deep. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And you figure after giving up that last touchdown, they trail by 2 scores here in the fourth quarter. This drive becomes very critical. Down he goes at the 23, a pickup of 4.
This possession means so much for them. They've got to focus on this drive and find a way to make this a one-possession game.
Yes.
Got to get a score.
Yeah, so good with a field goal. Don't necessarily need a touchdown. And here's a throw right side, taken in by his tight end. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
The throw over the middle, taken in. 20, 10, touchdown, Houston. A big play there. His second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Texans have cut it to within a score. So that's a really big play here in the fourth quarter. And don't look now, they're right back in this game.
Did it feel to you, as it did to me, that maybe they were a little bit soft in what they were lining up with on defense? Almost like they were protecting the lead rather than trying to make a play.
And now that lead is down to just 1 score. Taken in the end zone. And he returns this to the 22.
The Broncos take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And they will be looking to answer the touchdown their defense just surrendered. Still a good chunk of time remaining here in the fourth quarter and a chance to regain the lead in a tight one. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
On 2nd down now. It's Lindsay. Nowhere to go that time. Might have gotten a yard up to the 25.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
3rd down.
The Broncos on 3rd down. They've hit on half of them, 5 for 10. This will be 3rd and 6. And he took the contact as he was throwing it, and the ball drops incomplete.
There's be a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts, this time on 3rd down.
So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. Their defense accomplished step 1 of the mission. They forced the punt. Now they'll look to erase that deficit and take a fourth quarter lead. No gain on the screen there at 2nd down.
So many screen passes are the result of excellent acting by everyone. But sometimes the guy who's getting the ball tips the play off. The running back, because he's eager to get the pass, and sometimes he doesn't act very well about whether he's going to block or leak out or whatever. And I think that they saw that. That's why they were able to get to him.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. The catch and run, good for 18 and a 1st down. From the gun, here's Watson. And a quick throw here that's complete. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's 2nd down.
45-yard line.
Again, it's Watson. One incomplete.
Had the right idea there, trying to throw it to the sideline, but he led him just a little bit too much, trying to get it out to his receiver. Ends up falling to the ground, incomplete.
To throw is Watson. To throw on 3rd down. And that is incomplete.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. They will indeed snap it to Watson. And this time he's got the hookup. It's complete. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. That defensive breakdown allows a pickup of 16 on 4th down. 3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the 4th. So it's Texans football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Now this window is running back out of the backfield. It's going to be a pickup of 10 yards. And it'll be second and very short.
Pardon, you got to like what they're doing right there. Little by little, they're getting closer. Another good pickup.
They still need about the length of the football here, maybe a little less as they come up on 2nd and inches. He releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. He was looking for the Michigan Wolverine, Donovan Peoples-Jones. And it's 3rd down.
And less than a yard.
Back to throw. Going for it all. And it's intercepted at the goal line. A great read, and it's picked off. And the return will stop it well inside their own 20 at the 15-yard line.
It's going to hurt big time. You're in the 2-minute drill trying to get your guys down the field, and it's looking like they're going to go up just short, as this is definitely not his best throw, and it'll wind up being intercepted.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. They run on 1st down as they get about 3. 2nd and 7 forthcoming. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Now this time he'll look to throw. He'll buy some time right. He's going to run again. The ball comes out, and the Texans scoop it. You think about it, Charles, this is not a quarterback that's used to running the football a lot, and that time he was loose with it, had it knocked free.
He always has to think to himself that there's always going to be traffic around because of what you just said. Not that elusive, not going to get into the open field very often. Remember, he's not Lamar Jackson, not Michael Vick back in the day. Always has to protect the football because there's always going to be people around.
And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Partner, they're clearly saving those timeouts, but they still have to work with some urgency to put themselves in the right position.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. They'll keep it on the ground. It's James. And he'll take this down just shy of the 25-yard line. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Now Watson looking for the end zone. Oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by David Moore. When you talk about making winning plays, that is a winning play at this stage of the game. To come up with that interception, huge.
I like how you identified that because most people think winning plays are the offense trying to get it done. In this case, nursing a lead, they found a way to make a play on that side of the ball and maybe finish things off.
And they will take a knee here. The Texans going to signal for their third and final timeout as they get it with 16 seconds remaining on the clock. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now third and long.
Well, they certainly didn't appear to be fired up about their options throwing the football. So to me, this seems like a case of just kind of taking their medicine there, run the ball, see if they could pick up something. Instead, they were throwing for a loss.
The Broncos send out their punter now, standing just outside his own goal line. So this one will wind up a Denver victory, and they were really helped by their defense, forcing 3 turnovers.
I think what we saw in this one, today's defense. And what I mean by that is